morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 7:33 here on the West Coast, and you're here with the morning report. Um, we'll see what goes on, and we'll see what's happening over the last day or so in the world, in your world and mine. Good morning to you. Good morning to the Walleye King. Good morning to Susan. Good morning to Tim, Wally EB, or the Walleye B. Is it the same spelling? WALL. It is, Walleye B. Walleye B. And good morning, 42. Good morning, Budgie Bird. Morning, Rocket Bob. How are you, bud? Good morning or good evening, Aussie girls. Good morning to Canuck, or afternoon to him. Good morning, Late Girl, 19. Good morning, Calmness, 55. Good morning to Flutter Girl. Nice to see you out there. Good morning, Doc Rock. Hey, buddy, what's happening? You had some storms your way, I saw. How are you faring out about that? Denise in the UK, good morning and evening to you. Let's see, Croatian dude, really probably good evening to you too. Comanche, good morning to you, buddy. And Brainstorm morning, good morning to Snarls and Danny Boy. Wakey, wakey, cupcakey. Yeah, old Danny Boy. Oh, I can't even sing that song. Oh, Danny Boy. Oh, Double Scoops is in the house. Yep. Good morning to all of you. Hopefully you had a really good weekend. Um, yeah. I pray you did. Uh, let's see here. Solar wind right now is 429 kilometers every second, and the density of the protons is about 3.5 per cubic meter. We've had a C2 and a C9 in the last 24 hours, flares that is, and sunspot, a big one right in the middle. It has a beta gamma magnetic field harboring energy for M-class flares. That's the one I'm going to show you right now. Right, this little booger right here. This one right here. It's got energy shooting M's. Well, guess what? It's like almost directly at us, right? So let's hope it just doesn't do its thing. We got a new one coming around the corner here, 8380 or 3380. And yeah, we'll see. We will see. Velvet green waves of green flowing. Green air glow. Air glow seems to be the thing that's happening right now. For the first 2 months, Aaron Watson has been photographing unusually beautiful displays of green air glows over the remote places in Colorado. Last night, July 21 to 22, it did it again. Watson took these pictures, and it's like the sky is just glowing, right? A velvety green, ripples with visible to the unaided eye. Yeah, my fiance and I hosted a stargazing outreach event last Thursday, says Watson. On our way, we stopped near Black Canyon in the Gunnison National Park to check out that air glow. There it was. And no coincidence that Watson seeing a lot of air glow. Right now, solar activity is high, and this boosting of photochemical reactions in the upper atmosphere have caused the air to glow green. Air glow is not the same as an aurora borealis, just so you're all aware. And yeah, and it unlike the aurora borealis, it's visible anywhere on the Earth, potentially that is. Although lightning does not cause air glow, it might be linked to the ripples that we see. They're not fully sure what's going on, right? Each time we've seen rippling air glow through, though they have been strong in nighttime thunderstorms, on the eastern plains of Colorado. Yeah, I wonder what's going on. Yeah, I wonder. The air glow layers are about 90 to 100 kilometers high, and, you know, yeah. Convective motions of air in strong mesoscale thunderstorms launch pressure waves called gravity waves toward the upper atmosphere. And that's where these waves come from. Come here. Atmospheric surf zone. Check it out, baby. Yeah. I think there's a little more to it myself. But then again, gravity waves form from the ocean and atmosphere, while oceanic gravity waves break at the coastline. Atmospheric gravity waves break either upward when hitting mountains or outward, generating air turbulence. NASA's AIRS instrument has been detecting atmospheric waves from space, although that wasn't among the original scheduled functions. Pinpointing the gravity wave hotspots and understanding how they affect the wind circulation will help us forecast air turbulence, improve long-term climate predictions. Right. Pull my finger, baby. Ooh, feels so good. Anyway, here, I'm going to give you that article so you can look it up if you like. There you go. There you go. There you go, big boy. Anyway, KP index is nothing. There's no significant coronal holes to see, little tiny one. But this is the mamma jamma that's, bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. And this is the one that's coming around the corner. Look at that booger right there, man. Looks like a tail, right? Looks like a tail that might snap. This one's leaving us. But this is the one coming. Was that 3380? I said something like that, right? Yeah, 3380. Yeah, boy. Still 2,335 potentially hazardous asteroids out there. Today being the 24th of July, there's one rock. And it's 93 feet across. But it's way out there. It's 16 lunar distances away. Yesterday's 66-footer was traveling at 6 kilometers every second, and it was only 2 moon distances away. And as you can see, right here on the 23rd, they were predicting 45% chance for an M, and today it's 30%, and 15% for geomatic storm in the mid-latitudes, and 15 for the uppers. So ain't nothing happening there, baby. Ain't nothing happening. A C2 and a C9, that's all we've had. So, yep, we'll take a look at this. Here's the solar blaster to check out if we get any something. There's a little bump. Oh, that one went all the way at it. Yeah, it did. Something. Maybe that was that little C2. Yeah. You watch. Boom, there it was. Yeah. Almost a complete halo. Out in front of us, though. As you can see, the M, what was this one? An M4 or M3 was our last one. Then we had an M, C9, and this, they're going to call this a C9? Yeah, they're going to call it a C9. Right at the base of an M. Yeah, and then it dropped off precipitously. No radiation warnings. Yeah, well, that's good. That's all good for us. All right. Snarls' favorite part of the show. Where's Uranus? Well, Uranus is on the other side of Jupiter. Right out there. See that? Boom, way over there. Here's Saturn and Neptune. Here, Mercury and Mars are all over here. Uranus is right over here. And it's probably hidden behind Jupiter. So, I mean, if you have a star, or a telescope, you're looking at Jupiter, you just might want to look over its corner and you might see it. Very hard to see, but it's there. I always thought Uranus is beyond Neptune, but I guess Neptune's beyond Uranus. And then Saturn I thought was closer than Jupiter, but it's actually further. So you can see these things, far out, eh? Venus is up in the sky. We're really close to Venus right now, so that's probably a pretty bright morning star you might encounter in the morning. Yeah, boy. Let's see. We haven't been really looking at these tremors much, but there's a few of them. Yesterday, well, there's 300. All in this section right here, Silesia, and down here by after Eugene and by Roseburg, a little north of the Texas liniment there. And the day before, there was a whole bunch, 240 of them right there. So I wonder what's happening right there. Is this area going to get another quake? Sure, it sure might. There's 40 of them then. And then it kind of it's like nothing, right? Last week was Zippo. Why? Oh, and then there's the last one on the 18th. But why? Why yesterday and the day before do we have a whole ton right up in here? These are just like micro quakes, though they're not even real quakes, but they're like scraping the edge. Yeah. So if this is scraping, what does that tell us? Well, let me see if they do this out. That's past JDF plate. Well, there's the JDF plate contours, they believe, where it's shallow here and it's diving down here. And then you get the Pacific plate pushing this way, and it's grabbing here and pushing that direction. In my mind, if you have a different way or reason why that this whole section of North America is turning clockwise, go ahead and tell me. All circling right there. Yeah, if you have a different idea, please post it, and we'll argue it. But it's all big. It's all good. It's all good. Just don't get none on you. Here, look at the ground magnetics. Still awfully quiet. Yep. Downloading it, and then right there, and yeah, I know we had a southern Atlantic Ridge quake yesterday, and that was pretty far out, and still waiting on some other things to happen. And let's see here. What does the Yellowstone have to say? Not a whole lot. All right. What else? Oh, well, the buoys. Do we have a drunk Chinaman out there? Yeah, well, tropical storm Dawn is still out there. I wonder why. It's just sitting out there all by itself. Yep, and I don't see any buoys bouncing around over here, up here, down here, over here, or out here. All right, wow. Awfully quiet. Yeah. Awfully quiet. Alrighty then. On the USGS map, it looks like Fiji had starting to say hello again at 565. Just had one. Look at, you can see where it's been bouncing pretty good here. Here's a 6-0 that Fiji had yesterday, right? A 6-0 that popped at 546 again. Pretty good little popper, right? So it looks like Yeah, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 earthquakes right here. My friend is outside. I love her. She's 89. She wants me to take her to Vegas here in February. I just love her. You know, one of your hands has tremors. Anyway, yeah, we're a bunch of guys out here, for sure. San Juan, Puerto Rico had a 3.7. Yep, out here you can see. And Sandpoint, Alaska. Look at there, man, there's a 4.5. Another Alaskan up here, and this is kind of an area that I don't want to see earthquakes happening from Yucatan to this area, because 1964 comes to mind. Del Rio, California. We know where Del Rio is, right? Remember the last big California quake? Yeah, it was big. Did some damage to people's houses right up in here in Del Rio. Yeah, do you remember? Fortuna, Del Rio. Yeah, man, it was pretty big. You know, Eureka, you know. Yeah. But Chile had a 4.9 right here. Here's Santiago. Now remember that had a 5 right here, and it had a couple off the coast. Here's another 5 right here. I think this area is prime to get something a little bit bigger. Excuse me while I drink some water here. Oh, that tastes good. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. The Mona Passage in Puerto Rico, even up in here. Look at bing, 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 all the way around, man. Right? So this is still rocking. We had that 6.4 out here, up on this little crack, right? Or was it way over here? I think it was right up in here. Maybe down here, but you can see the lines, right? Come through these cracks. You know? Crazy. Guatemala had a 4.7. They call it Mexico, but it's right on the border, right? Yeah. And El Salvador still bouncing out there. Another 5. I mean, come on. I mean, right. The first quake happened right out here, and then a big one happened out here, and then the thing just kept bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. As you can see, there's the volcanoes right through here. You know, volcanic arc, not arch, arc, arr. Anyway, it looks like Baja, Mexico, kind of finally come and said, "Hello, we're still here." A couple of little bangers down here, right? They call it the Gulf of Cali, and then the next one they call it Rosario. It would just call it the Gulf of freaking Cali. I mean, they're right next to each other, right? Oh no, it's a different place if you're just looking at it on a map, on a list. Freaking idiots. And then you got the Delta up here. Arizona had a quake, an unusual quake, right here, 3.8. You know, kind of by Chino Valley even. Oh, wow. That's my hometown. One of them, anyway. Yeah. Oh, far out. 910 people reported that one yesterday. Oh! Yeah, that's right. Right behind the Safeway? Yeah, here's Perkinsville. Yeah. My in-laws had a house up in here in these hills, and my uncle has a house over here, and My other uncle had a house. My aunt had a house out here, and my other aunt had a house down here. Oh yeah, yeah, so far out, man. Yeah, I think the Safeway's right there. Here's the solar panels they have now too. Anyway, you don't need to know all that stuff. Anyway, what else we got? Yeah, man, shoot, howdy. So we in Fiji. I mean, look at them. What's this one? 554 on the 23rd. On the 24th, 565. On the 23rd, a 550. On the 23rd, a 551. So there were three strong quakes, all super deep, and then this sixth happened as well, all within that same range. So there are 4 quakes, and then we just got another one today. So this is today's, right? So they got very strong quakes right here. Why? Why? It's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. But there is a deal here. All right? There's got to be a reason. Here's a Lau Ridge. It's the upwelling, and here's another upwelling. So if we look at it, coming from left to right, the subduction goes down, and there's a ridge, a little bit of space, another ridge that's maybe not as high. Right? There's a ridge, then another ridge, and another ridge, and another ridge. So this is pushing so hard, right? It's pushing this land where it's breaking here, 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 and here. There's almost like the pizza boxes, right? Right? Almost like the pizza boxes. Sister Susan, big hugs to you. So this is pushing this way pretty strong. So it's back upbuilding, you know. Where else do we see stuff like that happen? Where else do you see it? I'll tell you. We learned through this in a class. Right out here. Where forgets it? Right here. This mountain range right here. It's about 130 to 140 million years. And if I did a GE, and I went out here, and I said, okay, let's take a look somewhere, we'll call it right here, right? And then stop it. Oh, shoot, howdy. GE right there. You can see the instant rise of the mountain range, right? Instant rise, pretty far out. They're pretty steep. You can see it right here. We'll get on the freeway, the 15 here. See how they just rise all of a sudden? How do you think that happened? There's a big fault along the face of it. And the going consensus is when North America took on a lot more out here, the banging and all that crushing lifted it up. When North America got busier. This basin and range, the spreading apart, partly of it as well, but that's not the main way it happened. The Sierra Nevadas are the opposite way. There may have been a different type of, or different direction of a, what do you call it, a subduction zone that may have created these 130 million years ago. Unlike these, I don't know how old the Utah mountains are, but the class that we took showed us that it was the Pacific plate banging up, pushing the other land masses out here up against us is what created these. And ever since then, it's been shooting it all up there, right? All this stuff has just been moving up, right? And there's still arguments about which is true. Is it just, just out here that's moving north, or is it here, or is it all of this has been moving north? Yeah. And then somehow it comes up here, the 706 line, Yeah, which is like right through here. And just how weird how this is the area too that doesn't move and everything else does. A little bit weird. Yeah. Crazy stuff. New Zealand did have a little 3-2, and so did Papua, had a 4-5. These here in Fiji, very, very interesting to me, having all them quakes, and now, is it like the belly button? You ever play with your belly button? I never did. And people like to do that for some stupid reason. It always has to be like a grandma or somebody, right? You grandma ever play with your belly button? What the hell are you doing? She's just playing. Yeah. Share Bear, good morning. Hey. In Miramar, this is kind of a little bit more busy here in Miramar. I always think, when I think of Miramar, I think of, Top Gun, but maybe y'all don't. I do. But look, you can see Miramar been busy here. This is a 7-day outlook. Bang, 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 right? This mountain range, the Andaman mountain range, goes way out here to sea. And yeah, this little bugger here we had. Anyway, outside of that, I think it's been relatively quiet on the earthquake side. We can go like that. We don't need two of these. It's a little bit more frustrating to work with this now. But hey, it's all we got, baby. And 10 hours out. Right? There hasn't been a lot of quakes. 724. Here we go. In the last 24 hours. Several threes. Looks like the Azores, the Canary Islands are saying hello. The Colombian Ecuador border. Ecuador border. At 3-5. Here's that 6 from Fiji. Puerto Rico's been talking to us. Near the coast of Honshu, Japan had a 4.7 10 hours ago. 3 people reported it. But hey. And let's see. Near the coast of southern Peru had a 4. We have to go to the EMSC because USGS doesn't give us all the earthquakes, right? Northern Canada, a little 2.6. Molucca Sea and El Salvador. There's the El Salvador, 4.2. South of Fiji Islands again, coming in at a 5. It's 540 depth. That's one of the ones we saw. And then it came back again with another one. Bam, bam. After that 6. Kind of expect that. It's kind of a normal routine for a quake that size to have several strong lower ones. But, who knows? Got to see where the energy goes, because it's a lot of energy for sure. Let's see here. El Salvador again. Boom. 4.3. Let's see what else. 4.9 Libertardo, Higgins, Chile, and that's down there by their capital. Libertardo, Tador. I can't say it right. Libertard. I mean, Libertador. Tador. Okay, Libertador. I like it better. Libertards. We have a place to go. Go to Chile, but don't pull my finger. Azores again. Saying hello, and that's quite about it. We're up Mexico, little 3-7. Fiji, New Zealand again. Southern Alaska, Northern Alaska, Alaska Peninsula. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there's a pattern going on. Fiji again. Yeah. And the Azores. What's up with the Azores today? They just seem busy, right? Catamarca, Argentina came in with a 4 just now. 19 minutes ago. What's going on with the Azores? Does anybody have an idea? Yeah. You know, here's the Atlantic Ridge, and here's the Azores, and yet we're still banging on them, right? Yep. But it is what it is, baby. Let's see what else we have. We can look at what COD has to say for you here in the west. A little bit of storm here over Missouri. Here's that big monsoonal moisture that we have here. It's hot today. Yesterday was cool. We actually got a little, I wouldn't even call it a sprinkle. It was a misting, you know, like from an air mister. And we had a little bit. And crazy weather. Just crazy. And you can see all this moisture, right? Looks like something's coming up in the Pacific Northwest. They got a pretty good little storm coming in there, it looks like. Let's go ahead and, this is the, I don't know. Yeah, see? Big weather, big storms up in Idaho. And look at this booger here. The simple WV, right? Let's go ahead and look at all the dry out here. Yeah. It's all being pushed out of Canada, right? But oh, look at this. That's what's coming. Big storms right there, it looks like. The dirty. There's your rain. All off the coast, except for up in Botham. If you live by Botham and New Jersey and all that, you caught some rain. And maybe one of our sisters up here, New Hampshire, she might have caught a little rain too. And Canuck, what did Canuck say? Weather up here? Lurking from the shop sound system. Yeah, yes, sir. Calmness out there. Such a pleasant. Oh, Uranus has big buttes. Anyway, I thought he was saying that it's his weather. No, he hadn't said anything. No. What is he? Well, we'll wait for it. Anyhow, so it looks like Missouri and Arkansas catching a little bit. Sister's okay right now. Who else? Paducah boy, he's got a little bit of weather. It looks like it's waning a little bit. Yeah, look at all that monsoonal moisture. Boy, whoa. Let's see where it's coming from here. Probably the dead hurricane that was out there. Yeah, look at it offshore here. It doesn't appear like anything is happening out here. All right. How about the east side, right? Go to the east side here. Might develop down something down here. It doesn't see. It looks. I don't see anything. Maybe off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. I don't know. Let's see what Hurricane Noah says. Nada, nada, and old Donnie. Post-tropical cyclone, way up there now. He was out here, right? Remember, he got stuck right here, and now he's just gonna petering off. Here's that little disturbance. 20% chance for a cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. We're stuck in a trough. Yeah, well, I guess so, right? What else do we have? Guess we can look at the volcano news. Why not? According to Volcano Discovery, what's made the news today, July 24th, 2023, Simiu Reventator, Mayon, Sangay, Europeanus, White Island, Navarro del Ruiz, and Sabancaya. I mean, Urbanus. Sabancaya volcano ash advisory went to 23,000 from a 19,000 change. Not a big popper there, down in southern Peru. Reventador, they're in Ecuador, 13 out of a 12. So it's like, hey, just like a burp, right? Not even a strong one. A hiccup. Nevada del Ruiz, they're in Colombia, with slight confirmation. 21,000 of a 17. Let's see. Suno Zajima, back in the news today, erupted to 6,000. That's off the coast of Japan, about 5 or 6 little islands off the southern tip of Japan. It's main islands. Nevada del Ruiz again. White Islands there in New Zealand. Minor steam and gas emissions. Yeah. Remember they were saying that before, and I don't know if it was these people that, from Discovery that went down there and checked it all out, and all of a sudden the damn thing erupted and burned, and I think it killed a few people. Hey, don't get on the island when the damn thing's active, right? Europeanus volcano ash advisory to 24,000. That's down by Sabancaya, and it's an 18,000 foot mountain. Explosive continues. Volcanic ash advisory center Buenos Aires warned about a plume that rose an estimated 24,000 feet in altitude. So flight 240, and moving at 10 knots in an east direction. So, yep. There you have it, baby. Semeru volcano over in Java, right? 14. And generally it goes about 12. Sabancaya volcano. Again, not identifiable. Ebico up there in Kamchatka, 10,000 feet. Ebico's not a very big mountain. 3,700. And it's on the bottom of... just turn that off. It's on the bottom of... yeah. an island just south, of Kamchatka. Tsunozajima, 6,000 again. Sakurajima hasn't been in the news lately. I wonder what's it doing. Sangay volcano, 22,000 feet. It's oh, excuse me. Probably, 17 going to 22, 5,000 foot pomper of smoke, ash, and crap in the air. Mayan volcano still erupting there on Philippines, and it's still, clouded in, and so they can't really see it that well, but they know what's going on. And that'll do it for yesterday and today. Let's see if we can look on this map. All right. Yeah, we got Kamchatka one's right up in here. Mayon is right in here. Sebankaya here. Venus or Sebankaya here, and Mayon and Simiru right here. I get them mixed up. And yeah, there you have it. 3 active up there in Alaska. What's interesting was Cleveland was activated just here recently, so it's like, wow. And if you haven't seen the Rick James or the Fagradal magma, I think people are starting to lose interest in it because it's just doing its thing. But that isn't me. I think it's interesting, and yeah, it's definitely interesting. Yep. And oh, let me see. Is this one? Is it live? No, that's not live. Is this one live? No. It's not live yet. So they don't have one that's live. So I keep an eye out for it, but yeah, I think a lot of people are just getting bored. But yeah, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on around the planet and the sun. And when something new comes on, we'll post it for you. And here's another one. Is it live? No, it's not live. Well, it kind of is. All right, so this one's live. There you go. You see right here. It's spurting up. Yep, and it's running downhill. Yep. And the last report was that it was, oops, sorry. Hey, there you go. Last report was that it was going over the top of the old one. Remember last year it was erupting, or the year before, last 2 years, it was erupting, and now this eruption, they figure this is going to be a bigger one, and it's overriding the other ones. It's like floating on the top of the others. Yep. Well. And in the news, a grizzly bear killed a woman by Yellowstone. Like last week in Yellowstone, a woman was gored by, a big bull. They're not, grizzlies will hunt you. And, well, I guess it did its thing and killed a woman. So, hey, yeah, we'll see. My cat talking to the other cats. He just wants to play. Let's see what else we have. Uh, everybody. Well, we don't need to even go there. Netanyahu was fitted with a pacemaker here yesterday, or the weekend, I should say. So that's good that he's okay. Yeah. Russia is preparing to take Odessa, and when they do, um, Ukraine will be isolated from the world, and that's the intent of Russia. And if you didn't see Hunter's escapades, um, paying hookers to fly from California to D.C. Why D.C.? Well, that's where his daddy was. And then videotaping his ass while he's doing a deed. I mean, who videotapes themselves? And well, he tried to do a porn show, right? Create a porn movie. He wanted to get into porn. It's weird. Weird. Yeah. The Biden crime family's going down the turd. You know, I think their Uranus is leaking. Elon Musk says the new Twitter logo will be going bye-bye birdie, and they'll be having a new logo. They might. I wonder if they're going to change the name from Twitter to Twatter. I don't know. I just don't know. Spain's Prime Minister Sanchez claims the election was a victory for the left. What does that mean? Well, more socialism in Spain. Yeah. My cat, he's just talking away. Pelosi says, well, she's not sure about running again. She's 83. Is she older than the president? I'm not sure. It's going to be X. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Columnist says there were bears last week while I was camping. People were leaving their food out, even though they know better. It irritates me because it's putting others in danger. No kidding, right? You're supposed to hang your food really high off a tree, or keep it in a cooler and buried, or I don't know where, somewhere where a bear can't rip it in. You put it in your trunk, the bear's going to go into your trunk. What do you mean? Well, he's going to rip the damn thing open because he can smell it. They have incredible smellers. So use a lot of Ziploc and, you know, fungal spray, I guess. Hide the smell. You know. Yeah. Both my kitties are wondering what is going on. American Harmon wins the British Open by 6 shots. Man, that happened over the weekend. And old Jason Aldean, he's back in the news again. I think he just disappeared for a minute. Then they wrote this song, and then they said that somebody tried to cancel him. I don't know that anybody tried to cancel him, but I think that was all a gimmick myself. Oh, now everybody's paying attention to him. Try this in a small town, he says. Yeah, I wonder if it's real. canceling him. Somebody don't think so. Yeah. U.S. warship in Australia's capital for key joint war games. Yeah, that's happening. Yeah, it was. Looks like it's one of our personnel from the Independence class littoral combat ship named after a Royal Australian Navy cruiser that was sunk while supporting U.S. Marine landings in Guadalcanal in 42. Yeah, it's a littoral. Dun, 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 dun. Don't even name a damn thing here. Yeah, U.S. Independence class littoral camp named Royal Australian Navy cruiser. Oh. There it is, Canberry. The USS Canberra. Canberra. Boy, I'm having trouble reading today, and yeah. Paste. It's one of those funky looking ships. Here, I'll show you a picture of it. Da, 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 da. One of these things, yeah. Canberra. LCS 30. Yep. It's in Australia today. They're doing some war games and stuff. Yep. Canberra. Maybe that's the one that got sunk. Yeah. Well, that's a battleship there. Yeah, that's a battleship. Right. Canberra 1. That's a USS Canberra. What happened to the Canberra? Well, anyway. Yes, sir. And its accumulation of not just the shipping naming, but honoring the city, but the previous HMAS Canberra that was lost in World War II. And all those wonderful young people who died. Now, they have a new one. It's a helicopter ship. The HMS Canberra was it was sank near Savo Island by 2 Japanese torpedoes and numerous enemy salvos. She was deemed unsalvageable and consequently evacuated and sunk off the Savo Island August 9th, 1942. And I'll show you a picture of that. That's what she looked like then. Tough ship. She was hit twice at least and then took a lot of shots from the Japanese Navy. Yep. Good people lost their lives that day. All because somebody says, I got a bigger picker than you do. And we need the oil. We want to run the world. All right. How does that sound familiar? The U.S. Fed are likely to hike the interest rates to a 22-year high. Trying to kill the freaking economy, these sons of bitches. After 10 consecutive hikes just over a year, the Fed halted its aggressive campaign, and now it's going to do it again. Being 5.25 and 5.5 is the highest since 2001. Going to raise it 25 basis points at the next meeting. Everybody pray that that doesn't happen. We think most committee members believe further rebalancing the supply and demand needed to ensure disinflation will continue, he added. Future traders now assign probably more than 99% of the Fed will hike it by 25 basis points. Son of a biscuit eaters. While a July rate hike is now widely expected, questions remain about how much the Fed would need to go this year to bring inflation back down to its long-term goal of 2%. Well, yeah, sons of bitches. Yeah. Jeez. They just don't let us little guys alone, do they? um, yeah. I'll discuss that for you today. Yeah. Patches, I'm sure you're there. And appreciate you send me the links for your buddy, you know, when they do their live versions. And yeah, I played a little bit of it, and then he went offline. So appreciate the help, and you know, where we can take a small guy and promote him, be great. You know, why not, right? But yeah, I just checked the messages now, and there is a message I'll have to deal with here offline, but it's not a big deal. Um, you know who wrote, you know, and many of you who've, you know, get these random messages, just handle them your way you think is right. That's all. You know, if you get a random message in your inbox, handle it. If you want me to handle it, I'll do whatever you want. Just just handle it. But yeah. Is there anything left? Let me see. Is there anything left? I don't know. We've gone through the whole gamut. All right. I'll put this one out there. Well, an hour long. Thereabouts. Big hugs, y'all. Remember, have a plan. And don't get none on you.